Hey everyone, this is Leah Love. Thank you for being here in the group, and a warm welcome to the new members in the group. Really welcome you here. And I am attempting to do more lives in here. I'm the group admin, and there's a lot to share, but I do know that within the various groups that are on Facebook, some of which may be considered level up, there's a huge spectrum of needs and wants in these groups. And so, what that means is that some people want to level up for the sole purpose of just feeling better about themselves and getting their life into a space where they can feel proud of themselves, where they can feel comfortable, where they are exhibiting more self-love, acts of self-care, and they just want to feel better about themselves. They want to feel more confident. There are those who wanted to level up because they wanted to engage the relationships of a variety of types. And so when they consider level up, it's really to get themselves into a perceived physical state of mind. And I say physical state of mind on purpose, where they feel like, based on what they've been told or what they're seeing on Instagram, that they will be able to attract a certain type of man. And generally, they don't want to level up for someone who is not able to take care of them, but they want to level up for the quote unquote very wealthy and prosperous men. A lot of times, women who are in that particular space, from what I've heard and personal testimonies, they have been in a space where they've been really hurt based on the choices that they've made. Maybe they've been lied to in the past. Maybe they've given their heart to someone. And finally, after a while, they just decided that that's it. I'm just going to take what I can from a man. And the thing that I hear often is that all men cheat, like without exception, all men cheat. And I think it's a little bit challenging to put a blanket statement over every single man. But based on this ideology that, well, since every man cheats, I need to just go ahead and keep my emotions out of this interaction with him. And I need to just get what I can get and get out. And so their level up is more so in the physical state of mind, meaning keeping their mind on their physical state, with a sprinkling of, strategy and agenda in order to not get taken, not get fooled. Then you have people, even within that, there's a lot of variety. Then you have the other spectrum where women have been engaged in relationships that they clearly weren't for them. They did not benefit them at all. In fact, it put them back. And so they want to level up because they understood that the type of men that they were attracted to in the past were not healthy and were not healthy masculine examples. And so they wanted to level up their looks, first of all, as well as their insides, and say, I need to heal. I have done some introspection, and I would like a man, a healthy masculine man in my life who will take on the role of protector, provider. And then within that, there are those who want that type of marriage, but don't necessarily want to have any feelings for him at all, but still be a protector and provider. Then there are those who, want to have feelings for him, want to have a healthy marriage, while at the same time making sure, that they stash away their cash just in case he cheats. And then there are those that just want a healthy, stable marriage and want to, really study the polarity of the masculine and feminine and get themselves together, find the best mate possible for themselves, and then marry well and do what they can to maintain the relationship. And they don't go into the relationship expecting him to cheat. Again, huge spectrum. And what I want to share with you is that if you are on the side of the spectrum, that range which wants an actual marriage, there is a critical difference between dating and courtship. Dating is, in fact, stemming from a selfish need. And that selfish need is for companionship, Maybe your friends all have boyfriends, so you want to be dating out here. Maybe you're just bored and you'd like a couple of dinners, some companionship. Maybe you want to have, sexual interactions with somebody. And that's all selfish needs, meaning that you just want to fulfill your needs, but you don't really have, other than fulfilling those particular needs, you don't really have a purpose beyond those particular needs. And so when you don't have a purpose beyond those particular needs, or you don't feel that anything beyond that is for you, then you tend to deal with it from a very, selfish point of view. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just simply saying that it's not long term. It's not based on anything at length. It's about fulfilling your deficits today, whether it's, you don't want to be alone on Friday night, whether you want a little bit of attention, whatever it is, or you want to compete with friends. Like, there's so many reasons why people just decide to throw up their profile on a dating app. The difference between dating and dating with purpose / courtship is night and day. So a lot of times young ladies will enter into the dating arena without a purpose other than what I mentioned before. And when they enter into the dating arena without the purpose of marriage, then they get themselves into a state where they, end up getting hurt. Because a lot of times young ladies, because they haven't studied themselves, they haven't studied their needs, they end up advancing in life based on emotions, based on momentary outbursts of emotions. I'm lonely, I'm going to get on a dating app. But that does not produce the results, because a lot of times what happens is women are not acknowledging their deeper needs. It's not that you want to be with somebody necessarily on a Friday night. Yes, you do, but that's not the deeper thing. The deeper thing is an inner sense of loneliness, a sense of wanting to be loved, adored, and cared for. And when you have that ability to not go deeper and understand what you're doing, a lot of young ladies, myself included, when I was, late teens or whatever, will go out on these dates not acknowledging what they really, really want, get caught up in situationships or situations that do not benefit you in the long run. Open the cookie jar, you're giving him girlfriend benefits and he's not even asked you to be exclusive. But through loneliness, low self-esteem, a lot of young ladies will enter it, and then we say, I'll change him, or he's going to change, or when he spends enough time with me, or when he's had enough sex with me, he'll realize that he actually wants a relationship. And then, you're 3 months down the line when you slept with him in the first week, or whatever it is, and now you find yourself later saying, first mulling over, and then finally getting the courage to say, you know what, where do we stand? And so it's like putting the cart before the horse. And we are not taught that, myself included. Gone are the days where, the majority of mothers really teach girls the game in terms of what to avoid and what not to avoid. Have your goal at the outset. Hi, L. Star Grant. And so a lot of ladies just get out here like I did without any formal education in terms of relationships, in terms of your role as a woman, not just where you are now at 15, 16, 17, where you think you're going to be young forever, but longevity. You will age, you will grow. If you get into sexual interactions with men, you will some point get pregnant. Or who are you sleeping with and why? Hi, Leonora. And so the fact that we do not have people teaching us from a young age to reserve ourselves, respect ourselves, never mind what your friends and your culture is doing, but what is it that you want long term? So a lot of times young ladies are getting out here into this dating world, not fully acknowledging what they really want, which is love, care, adoration, respect. And just to be taken care of, just in a variety of ways, not just financially. And so we get out here in this dating world, we get out here just trying a thing, as they say. We, open the cookie jar before it's really, even though he's pressuring, because men will take what you give them. It doesn't make them evil, but they will take it. If you see a $5 bill laying on the ground, 9 times out of 10, if not 9.9 times out of 10, you're going to pick it up because it's there available and nobody else has claimed it. So I'm going to take it. And it's the same thing. And when we take it personally, but then also we discount ourselves by giving ourselves sexually and otherwise before there's been any commitment. Now, if you say yourself, like, and you're doubly sure, subconsciously sure, you don't want commitment, you don't want anything, you just want to be out here, that's one thing. But I think that the vast majority of women really want something. They want to be respected. They want to be cared for. And especially with the guy that they're sleeping with. And so we end up giving that away too soon in an attempt to hold on to him. And then 5 months down the road, when we've been acting like wifey, we've been cooking for him, it's Netflix and chill all the time. Now we want to ask him, where do we stand? Well, at that point, honey, it's too late because he already got it all. And as soon as you start pressuring him, he's gone. Then we say all men are dogs, or he was cheating on you. He was doing what, because you never established. But sometimes you do establish it. But if you look at the overall picture, he is not courting you. He is not chasing you down the aisle. He is not putting a ring on it. So to say at the end of the day, well, he said he wanted to be with me, so he tricked me, and then he ended up cheating with my best friend, and it's all these messy stories. But at the end of the day, if you know the route to courtship, to dating with purpose, then you will be able to have a checklist, so to speak, and check stuff off. Is he doing this for me? Is he, interacting or calling me, or am I always calling him? Is he wanting to impress me? Is he taking me out, wanting to show me a good time? Is he very respectful? Is he maintaining the connection with me other than the other way around, where you're chasing him, you're texting him every morning, you're asking him what he's doing, what's going on the weekend. You're switching the roles. Masculine men, when they have like a list of women from 1 all the way down to 10, they will entertain all 10 of them until they're actually married. And I'm talking about good men. I'm not talking about the rank and file. I don't mix those two. But at the same time, while he's still single, he will have a list, just like you should have a list. The first one, like, who's got and you know what exactly you want, you know how to get that information in terms of where he is in his life, you're going to have number 1, and you're going to rank these men. Because when you date with purpose, you're not sleeping with 10 men. You are vetting 10 men. So they are on a rotation. And they know that, because when you're dating with purpose, you are dating for marriage. And you say it at the outset. You don't wait and hem and haw and sleep with him and, I want to tell him because it could run him off. Absolutely not. You state at the outset that I'm doing this because I'm ready to get married and I'm not wasting any time. Therefore, I'm not taking myself off the market until someone does the work to take me off the market. May the best man win. So when they know that, all of a sudden your value ticks up. If they're not about that life, they will immediately go, I can't mess with her. So a lot of times we do things without fully realizing the fallout of it. And then we say all men are dogs. But men will take what you give them. And if you don't have a strategy in terms of goals and what it is that you want, I'm not talking about being, strategic in the negative way, but everybody should have a strategy. So if you want to date with purpose, then you need to understand the components of dating with purpose. You need to understand that it is okay not to sleep with him on the first date. It is okay not to sleep with him until he puts a ring on it. Like, I know it's unheard of. I know I must be from like Mars or something, because now everybody's throwing panties everywhere. But at the end of the day, the man who has to chase something, who has to work for something that he really wants, he values it more. And if you're giving wife duties and wife behaviors to somebody who hasn't even asked you to be his girlfriend, it's crazy. Then we get upset when he's off with everybody else because he never asked you. And if in the few cases where he does ask you, but is he doing all the other things? Or are you still chasing him, and is he still the prize when the woman is supposed to be the prize? So one of the things that was helped me so much in my life is once I made the decision to have the courage and the confidence to say, I have my goals and my standards, and I'm not going to budge. And once I decided that, the number of jokers that even didn't approach me, or they were soon gone within 1 or 2 texts on the dating sites, because I was very clear. And when they start, well, I'm just, what are you here for? Oh, I just, just looking around, just kind of seeing where it goes. Well, what are you looking for? Oh, I just want to play it by ear. I just want to get to know people. I just want friends. No, thank you so much. Block and keep it moving. But we want to hem and haw and see, can we figure something out and see what he's about? And we waste days and days texting these guys when they're not even worth it. They have told you straight up they're only looking for friends, or they're only looking for friends with benefits. But we waste our time going back and forth with these guys when they already told you what they wanted. And if they can't answer the question, that's an answer too. And so there's so many things along the way that we do. That's why I created the course, the exclusive online dating course, because it's all about mindset. You can have several rules. Oh, don't, text him, have him text you after 10 p.m. Oh, don't go out on a date until the third day on the phone. They have all kinds of rules. But if you don't have the mindset, none of that matters. So you first got to get your mind right, get your goals right, get your own values solidified. Then from there, you can engage in this with the least amount of trauma to yourself. But I feel it so that I need to. It is such a waste of time. And I was told that myself. It is such a waste of time. Because if you don't state at the outset that you want marriage, that means you are going to be shuffling through 30, 40 men, and maybe only 2 of them want marriage. So why are we wasting our time with the other 28? Because it does not make sense. A high value, strategic woman knows exactly what she wants, and she knows that she has to declare what she wants at the outset. You can sweep half of them away. The other half are saying, well, she says she wants marriage, but I can get that. I can get them in the panties. And and then now you got to deal with them too. But then once you've stated that and you've swept the other half away who really do not want that and don't want to be bothered, then you got to filter through the others. And that's the questions you ask. What are his goals and whatnot? And you keep your legs closed. The other half of those will fall away when they see that after the first date you weren't giving it up, or the second date or the third date, and you had standards. No, I don't answer the phone after 10. You're not doing water dates. We're not doing coffee dates. I intend to be courted. And so if he's not chasing you, if he's got all these weird things going on, you can sweep the other half away. You may have 3 standing, and you're still bringing in more because of constant sifting. So it's doing women such a just such a dishonor, and it's just such a disservice to tell people or women not to declare at the outset that you're looking for marriage. Are you looking necessary to rush into marriage? I don't believe in 5-year engagements and all that. That's not what I'm saying either. You're not going to pressure a guy, but you stand solid in that I want this and I'm so excited about my future. I'm in a really good place and I'm totally ready. And I'm just really out here, just looking to meet and engage with marriage-minded men as well. And it's a really fun time in my life right now. Boom. You're not pressuring. You didn't say, I'm looking to get married by November 25th and it's November 4th. You're not saying that. You're just simply saying, I'm looking to get married. I'm super excited. Great place in my life. And I've just had so many wonderful conversations with other married-minded men. Sometimes we, don't match with other, specifications, but it's been great meeting other marriage-minded people. And, I just really look forward to this. Next, what do you have? What other questions do you have? You know what I'm saying? You keep it light, you keep it positive, but these are the things that I teach in my course because nobody's telling us this stuff. And we waste so many years of our youth and whatnot. Me too, exactly. So you guys, I'm gotta head out. My husband bought me my dream car, and I have been so thrilled. But I've been waiting since Saturday because we went and test drove it and started all that on Saturday, and I finally get to go pick it up. And I got to pick it up at 2 Eastern Standard Time, so I got to go. But I wanted to come in really quickly to start the conversation about dating versus courtship. If you don't understand that, you're like a rock in the water and wasting a ton of time, personal energy. My energy is gold. My feminine root energy is gold. I'm not wasting it on men who don't even want to get married. At least that's what I said to myself when I was still single. So ladies, I'll be back at some point, but I hope you all have a great day. And if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye.